the key. I'm very excited to guide you through today's evening soft yoga practice, where we're going to be coming into a couple of postures that's just going to allow you to unwind and completely de-stress after a long day. Let's come and meet on the mat, everyone.
Start by settling yourself into a comfortable position and allow your eyes to close. Take notice of your breath as it comes in and as it leaves the body. You may start to experience the coolness of the air streaming into the body and the warmth of the exhale as it leaves the body. Mindfully be present with each moment as you use your breath as a medium to ground you, so that you can be fully present as you arrive onto your mat for practice. Join the hands to the center of the heart. Let us take a moment to set a positive motivation for our practice together today. You can visualize not only yourself benefiting from this yoga practice, but wishing that all living beings can also benefit. Gently release the hands and let's make our way onto our back, everyone, for a happy baby pose. So at the start of our evening flow practice today, we are going to be moving throughout some gentle, restorative, and relaxing postures. Happy baby pose really allows you to stretch through your hips, the groin, and the chest. When you've had enough, slowly come back to neutral. And we're going to rise up to a seated position and bring your hands to rest wherever they meet to lay in Paschimottanasana, forward fold. In this forward fold position, we're increasing our exhalation breath, which then helps us to relieve stress that accumulates in our body. As our head is resting forwards, it also helps us to turn the gaze inwards. Continue to sink the chest down on top of your thighs and just let your heart melt down to the earth naturally, with no force whatsoever. Slowly lift yourself up. Let's bring the soles of the feet together and come into a different type of forward fold. The soles of the feet are together and the knees are butterflied out towards the sides. You simply allow your head to draw itself down towards the heels. Again, remember, in these forward folds, we're trying to trigger a relaxation response. You don't have to push too hard, especially if you're feeling tired today. Just let the body naturally come into this pose. Enjoy the sensations of this forward fold for a few more breaths. That's wonderful, everyone. When you feel ready, lift yourself up and come to lie on your back. Take a folded blanket or a block if you have, and lift your feet up towards the sky. You can also place your feet up against the wall for supported shoulder stand. When we come into this supported variation, it removes the full weight of being on our shoulders. This posture allows us to stretch the back of our neck a little. It also improves the circulation, given the fact that we are in an inversion of some sorts. And it also helps us to calm the mind. Anytime you notice your thoughts start to wander off to things you may have to do throughout the day, or anything that may be bothering you, just come back to the breath. When you feel ready, slowly bend the knees. Place the feet on the floor, hip distance apart. And then remove any blocks. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a few gentle rocks from side to side. The next posture is supported bridge pose. So again, slide the block underneath your lower back. You can keep the arms either behind the head or right next to your hips. And from here, just let the weight of your hips sink down into the block. There are so many beneficial relaxation effects of this posture, along with the fact that you can really start to expand through the chest. Feel the breath entering into the lungs. And as you exhale, just let your whole day go. Don't hold on to anything any longer. Take your time to gently remove the block from underneath your back. Whenever you feel ready, there's no rush. And then hug the knees into the chest. You can take a few rocks from side to side. And then we're going to come straight up onto all fours to meet in child's pose. So rock yourself up now. You can place the blocks out of the way. We won't be needing them for a while. Let's take our knees hip distance apart so your glutes can really start to sink down onto the heels. The belly is resting in between your thighs. Forehead is on the ground. and your jaw is absolutely relaxed. Lift yourself up and let's come into a hip opening posture, pigeon pose. Left foot forwards. Now if there is a gap underneath your glute, make sure you sit on a block. If the glute can reach the mat on its own, then you don't need the block. You can also slide a blanket, everyone. Come down onto your forearms. Make sure your back leg is completely straight. Try not to bend the knee. If it feels good, just lower your forehead down to the mat. Pigeon pose is a wonderful asana that opens our hip flexors. And this area is said to hold a lot of unconscious tension and old, frustrated emotions. So just enjoy this releasing effect of pigeon posture. Hold yourself wherever you feel good. Guide the body back up to a neutral position. Let's swap the legs around. Take your time, there's no rush. Be mindful and in tune with your body. Right foot forwards, and then just come to sink into your pigeon pose on this side. The hip flexors are a very strong muscle, and so many of us may find this pose quite challenging. But try and stay with it, keep practicing, and over time you will find that it can transform into a very calming pose. Be in tune with your body. Be aware of what you are experiencing in this moment. Let's come out of the pose and take it back into a child's pose once more. Just sink the lower back and the glutes down to the heels. Enjoy this resting pose that gently stretches your hips and the thighs. Take your time, shift the weight forwards, proceed to an upward facing dog, and exhale. We're going to tuck the toes and push back into a downward facing dog. Stretch your hamstrings. You can bend the knees if you need to. Just settle yourself in this wonderful full body stretch. Keep the breath flowing. With each exhale, you're letting something unwanted within you go. From down dog, just come to a comfortable seat now and lie on your back. We're going to come into supported, reclining bound angle pose. So the soles of the feet are together and the knees are relaxing on 2 blocks. If you don't have 2 blocks, you can also place 2 cushions underneath. You can bring the arms behind your back or keep them beside your hips. This is a wonderful posture that allows us to remove tension around the groin. It also helps relieve symptoms of stress, tension in the body. Feel your shoulders and your head relaxing down to the mat. Feel free to stay a little longer, or if you feel like you've had enough, you can slowly remove the blocks from underneath you. Gently draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze and rock from left to right. Coming into final relaxation, Shavasana, as you lay on the mat. Separate the feet mat width apart and let your palms face upwards. No more effort required on your part except to maintain stillness just for a few moments, ending your practice in a mindful, conscious way. Bring some light movement back to the fingers and the toes. And do what you need to do to come back into the present space. No rush whatsoever. Full body stretch or hugging knees into chest. Take a moment to lie on the right side. When you feel ready, lift up to a comfortable seat. Notice your breath and your body now. And experience this wonderful gift that you have given to yourself by taking the time to look after your health in your body so that we may be of better benefit to those around us. That is the purpose of our physical body. Hands to the heart. Take a moment to dedicate the fruits of your practice towards the benefit of all living beings around you. May our actions of body, speech, and mind be in harmony with kindness and compassion always. Namaste.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us in today's practice. We hope that you have enjoyed the class with us. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for weekly classes delivered directly to your inbox. In the meantime, keep a happy mind and a happy heart. Namaste.